Alright guys, I wanted to try something new. I haven't played Diablo in a while, and I used to just binge this game. So I'm coming back to check out all the changes. The Season of the Butcher sounded really fun to me. Just being able to play as the Butcher, run around slaughtering things, sound fun. So I just wanted to come in, check out all the new changes, have some fun and enjoy it. I don't really have a build in mind, but I plan on figuring it out, maybe mess around with some of the new items and how the old items were changed, and try to see if I can make a fun build, something I can at least enjoy. I'm pretty sure at this point, almost every build has been created, but we'll find out. I'm just gonna try to be creative and enjoy the process of making a build. The fun really begins once you're level 60. So just this video for now, we're just gonna go through the leveling process of me getting 60. I'm not worried too much about speed farming. I just wanna enjoy the game, take my time to see all the changes, get a feel for how strong my character is. And we're just gonna start the druid, but we are gonna play a few different characters this season. I understand that this is gonna be a shorter season, so we're just gonna hang out. Just a quick FYI, while I was recording this, the first 10 levels I did, which is maybe 30 minutes, I lost because we had a blackout. So that video file is corrupted. So I can't use that one. But let's just get into it. I'm gonna be playing on hard just so I can actually have a bit of a challenge. I know normal is a bit too easy. So my plan here for leveling up is just hell tides. You get a bit of everything. So items, XP, resources, and I can just stockpile a lot of that. So that's my main plan. And then at level 17, we end up doing our first world boss. Took about 7 minutes. I understand the beginning of the season was kind of slow. There were some server issues. So not a lot of people were high levels. I think we're all about level 17 or 20 doing the world boss together. And it wasn't too bad. No one's getting one shot, but actually doing the world boss dropped a lot of good resources, gave us a nice little boon to start off our character. We jumped a few levels in item power, so it was definitely worth it. We got some caches and ended with 2 legendaries and a few levels. By this time, we're ready for our class quest. For druids, it's a good power up to do this as soon as possible. You get some nice additional stats onto your character, either for like resources or even damage, maybe some attack speed or survivability. So this is pretty crucial. And it seems like there's a change where you don't need spirit. Before, you would have to collect spirit and deposit it into each totem, animal totem. I guess that's what they're called. For this season, it looks like, or at least I don't know when they made this change, but it looks like you don't need spirit anymore. Once you complete the quest, you can just pick your perks from your totems. We did some of the seasonal questing. We went into a slaughterhouse. We did the butcher quest in the PvP area, which was pretty good. It was no other characters were out there, so I was just running around clearing the whole area. There's a nice little mini boss out there too that drops some good loot. After doing some Helltide and the PvP area, I finished my whispers. So I had 10 whispers to turn in. We did that, and that led to another cache, getting some more items, some more resources for the character. Tried out the seasonal mechanic with the meaty offerings. So during Helltide, there's an area where you can deposit the meaty offering and turn into the butcher in the middle of Helltide. And we did that, and that was actually pretty fun. Just running around Helltide with a whole bunch of monsters and just clearing the area. The butcher feels so good. He's fast, he's strong. He has some more mobility in his skills, some massive AoE. It's just, you feel unstoppable, and it's a really good field, especially to break away from your normal character that you're playing. It's a nice change. If NASCAR and a lawnmower had a child, that's what this butcher feels like. And one of the new mechanics is kill streaks. So going on a kill streak increases your reputation for the seasonal reputation, and you get bonus experience. And I got a nice little 748 kill streak, which felt really good. Seeing that number go brrr and get bigger and bigger, and you just want to push harder and you don't want to drop it. It is very addicting. So we do the usual Helltide stuff. We pick up our cinders, and at the end of Helltide, like the last 3 to 5 minutes, we just run around opening chests, getting some more resources, some better loot, start upgrading our character a little bit, at least by item power. The goal is to hit 60 and then have that full set of 750 item power gear. The thing about the slaughterhouse slaughterhouses, they're really quick. I don't really know the purpose. I know you get a lot of fresh meat and you can use that to gamble. It takes like 2 minutes to do it. I was hoping to get something else. You get like 2 legendary items at the end of the run. Maybe I'll look into it and see how efficient it is to run maybe an hour of slaughterhouse and see how much loot we get or how good is the loot, or if the amount of fresh meat is enough to gamble on top of that. But we'll save that for later. This whole time, I forgot about the seasonal board reputation. I was getting reputation, but I wasn't getting the rewards. So I went back to the board and I had a whole bunch of caches just from the reputation. And that was another boost in power just from the items we were getting. We came out with 6 more legendaries, started switching out our gear. We finished some season quests, and at this point we're level 31. So we go back to Helltide, we use some more offering. I tried a few of the Undercity. I wanted to see how that is, and there's a seasonal quest for that as well. But I failed 3 runs. I guess my character wasn't clearing quick enough or moving quick enough to actually beat that timer. I wasn't struggling by dying, I was struggling by killing quick enough. So we'll come back later and try that. I revised my build. I want to remind you, I don't have a direction of where I'm going for my build, but I am just trying to create a makeshift build just for the leveling process. For the seasons I have played before, it's usually just shred. Just start with the shred build. It has mobility, it has good damage, it's easy to build around, and you can level up pretty quick. A big problem that I was running into was resource, because shred is a resource drain, and I was lacking the resources to spam shred in order to kill quicker. So I went back into my spirit totems and switch my deer perk from movement speed into resources. So now I can maintain a good amount of resources while I'm shredding. Some of my items gave me resource over time. I use my howl for resource generation as well. In Eagle, we did pick up crit and lucky hit, and then we doubled down and made it our spirit animal, I guess. So we take 2 perks, and so we already have the crit and lucky hit, and then I went for crit damage on top of that, just so I can crit more with shred. Then for Wolf, we went for ult duration, and that just helps with AoE clear because shred is a pretty good single target. And on top of that, it helps keep up our kill streak. So a stray lightning bolt may not kill the target, but it will damage, refreshing your kill streak, which I might play around with later on in the season, because that's kind of fun. It makes it really hard for you to drop your kill streak. Snake was a hard pick for me, but because I was already extending the duration of my ult with Wolf, I was gonna go with more ultimate cooldown on Snake. I believe I changed it later to lightning does poison damage. I believe it's called overcharge or something like that, or overload. And that was a nice little synergy, a little lightning into poison, and then I can play around with that. When a target is poisoned, I can deal more damage. It seems like that's where my build is leading for now. Then we go back to Helltide. We run some Blood Maiden. There's a nice group around there, so we get a few done. We end our 3rd Helltide about level 40. We spend an hour trying to finish Mangled Message, but finding out now, this is after I was leveling, it was bugged. So at this point, I already created a new character, went back and talked to it and got the perk, but during the time I did not know it was bugged. So I spent an hour trying to figure out what I did wrong, equipping different bloodied items, and then going through the PvP, Butcher challenge, the Slaughterhouse challenge, and then doing a meaty offering. I had to collect more meaty offering in order to do this again. Then we run our 4th Helltide, which is just about the same shit. I tried soloing the Blood Maiden, but I'm not strong enough for that yet. Same thing. Last 4 minutes, you open up chests. By the end of the 4th Helltide, I am level 52. So at this point, I'm a good enough level. My character is strong enough. I drop it down to normal. Then I start running all the strongholds. Then I encounter a weird glitch while I'm doing these strongholds. I go to shred a target who's on the stairs, and I end up sliding through the stairs and ending up underneath the map. We cleared the strongholds for the original 5 areas. So I believe each area has 3 strongholds. That's 15 strongholds. And I hit 60 about then. But I said, I'm almost done. What's 3 more? So I go to Nahantu, finish up the strongholds. I ended about Paragon 13. Do another world boss. It took about 5 hours to get my character to level 60, which I could have definitely done it faster, but I was just reading the new items, seeing all the new changes and everything. But now the fun begins. So I hope you guys like watching. We'll have another one. I'm going to try to make this a daily thing, try out some new builds, the new characters. I heard the Paladin is really OP, so we'll see what happens there. But you guys have a good day. Be safe.